The lights dimmed. The crowd buzzed with anticipation, still riding high on the fallout from last week's electrifying WWE Raw. Gunther stood in the center of the ring, the new World Heavyweight Champion, the proud Ring General, cloaked in gold and glory. He had earned the right to speak, and he took the microphone like a king addressing his empire. He began by acknowledging the storm he had walked through to claim the title, the battles, the sacrifice, the pain. But his tone quickly shifted. Gunther wasn't just celebrating a victory, he was issuing a warning. A warning to Jey Uso, a warning to Seth Rollins, and a warning to anyone foolish enough to believe his reign would be short-lived. The crowd leaned in closer as he mentioned Seth Rollins, the newly crowned Mr. Money in the Bank. The tension was mounting. Would Rollins strike? Would he cash in? Gunther didn't flinch. He welcomed the threat. He welcomed war. But then, everything changed. Without warning, the familiar roar of a legendary entrance theme exploded through the arena. The crowd erupted into a frenzy. Shockwaves rippled through the audience like a tidal wave. Goldberg was back. The WWE Hall of Famer, the man whose name is etched in the pages of wrestling immortality, marched down the ramp with fire in his eyes and purpose in his stride. Gunther froze for a moment, disbelief flashing across his face. He hadn't prepared for this. No one had. Goldberg slid into the ring. No words were needed. The look said it all. He was here. He was ready. He wanted a fight. And not just any fight. He wanted Gunther. He wanted the World Heavyweight Championship. And he wanted it at Saturday night's main event in Atlanta, Georgia, his home, his battleground, his legacy. The challenge was laid bare. Gunther didn't hesitate. The Ring General didn't cower. He stepped forward, eye to eye with the icon, and nodded. The match was made. It was official. Goldberg vs. Gunther. Two titans. One title. One night. One final chapter. But the tremors didn't stop there. Mere moments after the announcement, WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H took to social media. With a single post on X, formerly Twitter, the game confirmed what everyone had already begun to suspect. This wasn't just a title match. This was Goldberg's retirement match. Triple H wrote that there was no better place for Goldberg to end his storied career than in Atlanta, the city where he was born, where he rose to superstardom, and where he would take his final bow. The WWE Universe was stunned. Goldberg's final match. Against Gunther. For the richest prize in the game. On a historic Saturday night. Speculation ignited instantly. Could the legendary powerhouse still go toe-to-toe with the younger, ruthless Ring General? Could he add one last world title to his legacy? Or would Gunther send him into retirement in brutal fashion? Goldberg's return wasn't just nostalgia, it was impact. It was fire. It was the kind of moment that only WWE could deliver. A storyline steeped in history, emotion, and high stakes. This wasn't about the past. This was about legacy. Gunther, the man who dominates with surgical precision, now faces the ultimate physical force. A man whose name still strikes fear. A man whose spear can change everything. Atlanta is now more than a location, it's destiny. It's where Goldberg's journey will end. Whether in triumph or in defeat, that night will be etched into the soul of WWE. Gunther, for all his technical brilliance and unshakable will, is now burdened with more than just defending a championship. He carries the weight of ending an era. And Goldberg. He's walking into one last war, one last sprint, one last night to prove the fire still burns. This match is generational. It bridges eras. It invites the ghosts of WCW and the blood of modern WWE into the same arena. It unites fans of the Attitude Era and the New Age. This is more than a title defense. It's a farewell tour. It's a celebration. It's a final stand. And it's poetic that it happens in Atlanta, a city that once heard Goldberg's name chanted like a war cry in sold-out arenas. A city where legends were made. A city that made Goldberg who he is. Gunther knows what's at stake. He's not just defending gold. He's standing between a legend and the fairy-tale ending he craves. The energy heading into Saturday night's main event is already nuclear. The WWE locker room is watching. The fans are counting down the days. The wrestling world is holding its breath. Will Goldberg go out on top, one last explosion of dominance? Or will Gunther, cold and calculating, cement his legacy by ending another? No matter the outcome, history will be made. For Gunther, it's the ultimate test. For Goldberg, it's the final mission. And for Atlanta, it's going to be a night to remember. Because this isn't just another title match. It's the end of an era. It's the last spear. It's the final jackhammer. And it all goes down on July 12th. Saturday night's main event. Gunther vs. Goldberg. Let the battle begin.